Tony, hit the mute button.
I'm just bumping right now. There's a tight ass beat.
What's up, guys?
All right.
Jamming
Here we
out a
are.
little bit.
Here we are again. What's going on, Hawks? Look who's here 3 weeks in a row. We got Tony Blu-ray on the over-the-top train. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Tony. How you doing today, bro?
Good, man. Ready to roll.
As always, the director, Mark Morales, right here in the bottom corner. What's going on, Mark? You did.
I can hear
Oh,
you
you.
on YouTube because I have my TV on, but I lowered it now. But I can hear you though on YouTube. I'm not sure about Twitch or anything else.
But if you heard him on YouTube, then they can hear him everywhere else. So, Mark, why don't you kind of give us a rundown on what we're gonna do and like the order you want us to do it in? So, Mark, then if that's how you want to do it, why don't you think of a number between 1 and 10, and whoever's closest gets to go first?
69. Oh, it's 1 through 10. That's not fair. All right.
So, what number are you picking? You picking 69?
No, because then I'd lose, obviously. I think I'm going to go with the number 6.
Okay, since you're going with the number 6, I'm going to go with the number 4.
Oh, nice. Deuces. Damn,
Deuces.
Should have picked Deuces. Deuces Wild.
Deuces are wild. That movie was terrible.
Oh, it's terrible. I thought it was so cool watching it, but when I went back to rewatch it,
Yeah, it's one of those.
yeah,
One of those movies. Because there was a time that Steven Dorff was cool. You know.
yeah. I thought he was cool in Blade. It was okay in Blade.
Yeah, there was a time where he was really cool and like he was kind of like the big thing for a little bit, and then we all realized that Steven Dorff was a dweeb. Big old dweebus. All right, so then it doesn't matter which one I go. Uh.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Well, the first movie, not that the original needs a reboot, because the original does not need a reboot. The original is a great movie. But you know what you don't see reboots of? You don't see reboots of mob movies. You don't ever. Even of a mob movie that was completely made up. It's just a made up Italian mafia movie. It's not like about the Godfather, like or whatever whatnot of that kind of folklore. Just like a completely off the wall movie. So the movie that I picked that I would love to see rebooted is Goodfellas. I would love to see a Goodfellas reboot. Like I said, not that the original needs one, because it don't. We both know it don't. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I would love to go see a Goodfellas reboot. And as you can see on the cover, I love that Mark did this. I want Oscar Isaac. I want Oscar Isaac to play De Niro's part, which is not Ace.
Oh my God.
It's something Irish. I want to see Chris Pine
His name is
doing
Jimmy.
Ray Liotta.
His name is Jimmy, man.
Jimmy, there you go. I want Chris Pine to play Henry because I think Chris Pine's a little bitch and he should be the rat. And I picked DiCaprio to play Tommy because DiCaprio can play insane so awesome. Like any role he plays, he can play awesome. And I'd like to see him not in the starring role. I don't want to see him star in the movie. I want him to support because the reason that I want him to support is because he's such a good actor that even as a supporting actor, you still appreciate him more. Like in Django, how he was Monsieur Candy. He just elevated the entire movie just with him being on the team. And I just think that this movie would be great. That's what I think. I feel like we started off with me triggering you because I see you triggered really harsh, and like I know why. Like I know why you're so triggered because we both. Dude, you stole this movie from Jose across the street just because of how awesome it was.
Well,
stole this shit from him.
That sack of shit stole my Next Friday movie, so he had it coming.
I know he did.
Next Friday. He stole
Next
Friday.
Bitch. Fuck that nigga.
But now the fact is, oh my God, Goodfellas. You know, this story is loosely based on the life of Henry Hill, the guy who, yes, he brought down, a good amount of the mob and he became an informant and all that shit. But for the love of God, Oscar Isaac in Robert De Niro's role, hey man, it's your world, it's your movie. It will never be made because there is no way in God's green earth that they would.
This is my movie.
For the love of God,
Oscar, you don't like Oscar Isaac?
I mean, he's a good actor, but not a mobster.
Why not? What about the movie that he had just did? A Violent whatever.
The Most Violent Year. That movie.
The Most Violent Year. Yeah, he was great.
He has the most violent trash that I've ever seen, and
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that's why it won awards. For the award.
Buddy, listen. And then you pick Leonardo DiCaprio to be a character that dies. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You want to kill off
Leo?
Leo?
Always get to live, dude. Why?
What the Titanic
Why? That was before. Well, Departed, okay, but Titanic was like before he was DiCaprio. Like he was still up and coming, and whatever. Dude, and even though he died physically, his memory lived on in that woman's heart.
But then you pick Chris Pine, so you pick Captain Kirk to be Henry Hill. So you tell me, how can he possibly be Italian or not Italian? Because Henry Hill was half Italian, half Jewish. So what the hell, dude?
Why can't he be half Italian, half Jewish? Why can't he play that part? Because you don't have to be Italian or Jewish to do it.
I mean, but Henry Hill.
Robert De Niro didn't even play an Italian. He played an Irish guy in this movie.
He was Irish and he was.
And he didn't talk Irish either.
No, because they're just from New York. They're all from New York, man.
Listen, the reason Robert De Niro can play an Irish guy without an Irish accent is because he's Robert De Niro. What's the best Robin Hood movie we've ever seen? The one where Robin Hood is the only fuck without an English accent in the entire movie. Kevin Costner. You know why? Because he's Kevin fucking Costner. He can do that.
You know what is the best Robin Hood movie? Robin Hood Men in Tights.
No, it's not. Get the fuck out of here.
It's the best one.
No, it's not. You're just trying to fucking edge me up. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey!
It was hilarious, but it's still not the best Robin Hood movie. Come on. That's like me saying that the Girls Ghostbusters movie was the best Ghostbusters movie because they were funny.
A Robin Hood movie that's old school?
That was old school? Oh, you're talking about with Russell Crowe?
No, it's called Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. What's the name of the movie?
He just said he can't think of it.
Damn it! Who's in the movie? Who's like an actor that you remember in that movie?
Yeah, give us something to think this up. Is it the Russell
Yeah,
Crowe version? Because
because
Russell Crowe
honestly,
made a
that
Robin Hood movie like 8 years ago.
because it's called. But honestly, that where you were just saying it sounds pretty cool. It sounds like something I'd probably see. I'd check it out
I
because I
love
like
it. Was,
I
I
like to
love
see
Guy
different
Ritchie movies
versions.
just because of that.
Well, the
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 Hood.
I mean, Robin Hood, with Kevin Costner, of course, is awesome. And then you got the Russell Crowe one, which I felt was pretty good. I thought it was okay. I like the battle scenes in that movie and stuff, but it wasn't your typical Robin Hood story. So
So
it was
so
just like
anyways, while he's looking that up, I just want to keep on with the Goodfellas thing. The reason I picked DiCaprio to be Tommy, you saw Django, right?
of course,
You remember when he goes 0 to 60 when he figures out he's getting played
yeah, he grabbed the skull and then he
and
said,
like
"This
crushed
is
it.
so and so." Yeah,
Yeah, and he just flips out and whatnot. Is that he can play eccentric so good. He doesn't get those roles because he's Leonardo DiCaprio and he has such star power and things like that. Oscar Isaac, I have a lot of respect for. The guy has you
good
can't
actor.
argue that he doesn't have a lot of depth. He has a lot of
Yeah,
depth. And I think he can play a half Irish Italian fucking old timer slash fucking like ruthless fuck like Jimmy was like Robert De Niro did. And as for Chris Pine, he is probably one of my most least favorite actors. And like the fact that you can even mention that he played Captain Kirk, like sure, he played Captain Kirk. He played Captain Kirk in the newer movies. He's not that badass. Captain Kirk is not that badass. Matter of fact, for one of those movies, he's not even the captain because Spock's the captain. So he's just James T. Kirk. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's not that badass, dude. I don't really.
James T. Kirk is the man. Not maybe not Chris Pine, but Sir William Shatner.
Yes, no, I totally agree with you. Totally agree with
Yeah,
you.
no,
Shatner is
Chris
James T.
Pine.
Kirk.
Chris
Like
Pine.
Chris Pine is like a hit or miss actor. Like I either like and it's like I either like the movie or I don't. But I find him annoying. And Ray
Chris
Liotta,
Pine.
as great an actor as he was, he did Henry Hill so good. And he's also one of those actors that are kind of hit or miss. You either just love the movie or you don't. And he's just one of those guys. And but Ray Liotta has been doing it so many times, and he's hit. When he hits good, But then he's done movies like like Dumbo Drop, which was like him and Danny Glover's last hit, and then he kind of had like a coming back with The Catch 44 and a couple other movies, and then he started becoming like this big commercial thing with when he was doing the tequila commercial, and he was just such a badass on the tequila commercial. I don't know why. And I think it's just because you think of this poster. I think if he didn't do the movie Goodfellas, he wouldn't be doing those tequila posters today. Like he hit gold when he got the role for this movie.
Yeah, he did good though, because
Yeah, he did very well. So
But
I think these three actors work. That's why. You know, honestly, those roles can be played by different actors, but I didn't want to just go with mainstream guys. I wanted to kind of give it a thought, and even though everybody up there is mainstream, they don't have like huge star power except for DiCaprio. Oscar Isaac and Chris Pine are still kind of like B plus A minus actors. They do. You did a really good job, sir. I have seen that movie. That movie's a classic. That's a
Yeah,
classic
bro.
movie.
My name's Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die.
Did Mark, I got a fun fact for you about that movie. You can actually look this up. Um, and and I think I sent it to Mo. Or yeah, was it Mo?
Yeah, it was me. It was the WhatsApp. It was on the WhatsApp.
Yeah, Andre the Giant let out a 16-second fart during production, and it was so
Yeah.
loud and so long that that they stopped production. They were like, "Whoa!" Like they stopped production, and he literally cleared the room, and then the director was just the director and Andre, and he said, "Andre, are you okay?" And he's like, "I'm good now, boss." So it's just pretty funny that they said that,
That
but
is funny.
I'm sure that shit probably smelled like rotten cabbage. You guys,
So, am I just going in the number 2, or is it or Tony going to talk about his number 1? Okay. So my second reboot, I want to see a reboot of the original Predator. That's what I want to see. And the guy that's going to play Dutch is Jason Momoa.
You gotta be
Jason
fucking
Momoa plays Dutch. Dwayne Johnson plays Dylan. Right? And the guy that plays Mac, I forget his name, but he played in the movie Luke Cage. He was not Cottonmouth, the other guy, Diamondback. He plays Diamondback. He's also in Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he can. I think he can play Bill Duke's position well. I think he can be Bill Duke, the fucking somewhere off, like underneath a fucking log, shaven, with nothing, like breaking his razor up against his face. I see you,
dude.
I think that would be great.
You watch Predator and you think to yourself, this movie needs to be rebooted.
Yes, every time I watch a Predator movie, it's nothing like this one. I want to go back to its greatness. Every Predator movie, with the exception of Predator 2, sucked ass.
Listen, Alien, I'll give you Alien. Alien versus Predator movies were garbage. But I will tell you this, Predators with Adrian Brody was actually pretty damn good.
It was okay.
And then the last Predator movie, I wouldn't say it was
also okay.
Okay, but you're really considering rebooting the very first one.
The very first one. I don't even care if it's scene for scene.
I'll be damned.
I think if we saw this movie, that people of today, the kids of today watching Predator, will have a much better respect for the shit that they keep getting shoveled right now, because it's shit. And then you know what really sucks with this last Predator movie is that we were promised a reboot of the original. That's what he said he was going to do. Shane Black said that Predator needs to come back to its roots and stop evolving into whatever it's evolving. It needs to just kind of take a step back into what we were doing. And then that's what he gave us. It was brand fucking new. Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa already reprised the role for Arnold. He was Conan the Barbarian.
And how did he do? How did he do in Conan?
Arnold didn't do well with Conan. Those are terrible movies. You can't watch Conan now.
But it blew
you can't watch it now. No,
Barbarian is actually good. Barbarian was
it's kind of boring. They have a lot of like music scenes where you're just kind of looking at the atmosphere. Huh?
Bro. Conan the Barbarian, though, Jesus.
Jason Momoa can do this role. Can you imagine him facing off with Predator at the end? Jason Momoa can do it. The Father of the Dragons, man, GOT. And then Dwayne Johnson, like, I don't want jacked up Dwayne Johnson. I want regular looking Dwayne Johnson. I don't want I don't want Fast and the Furious Dwayne Johnson.
No,
I want ballers Dwayne Johnson. I want him to be big, but not like, I don't want him to over. What? Say what?
You want Baywatch Dwayne Johnson.
Nah, that's still too big.
What?
Nah, no, you're
No,
right.
he wasn't that
You're
big.
right. You know, I can't even argue this because I didn't watch Baywatch. Didn't bother. You're goddamn right. I
Listen,
didn't. I made fun of
the-
you when you made your little YouTube post about how you
the
bought
movies.
Baywatch. I was like, oh, it's $30
I did.
in
I
the
bought it.
trash.
No, I didn't pay $30. I got it on Black Friday, and that's the only reason why I got it.
Oh, that's true. It was a Black Friday. What you got on
It
Black
was
Friday?
the only
right,
reason.
you're
I
right.
would never pay full price for a shit movie. But here's the thing: I was like, you know what? I gave it a try. But listen, man. Now I gave it a try with Baywatch. It's not a great movie, but I did laugh here and there. Now I will tell you this though. Um, you know the I can't name him, dude from Boardwalk Empire. I do like him because he can play like a really he can either play an evil kind of guy, or he can play that like
Like twisted. Like he's
that
twisted.
slick
Yeah.
mouth badass, cool. But Jason Momoa, like
As
get to the
Dutch?
chopper, and then this guy right here.
No.
Hey,
I don't want him to do it in an Arnold accent. I want him to be Jason Momoa.
chopper, get to the chopper. Come on.
You know what I mean? I want him to play it as Jason Momoa.
Yeah, who's your
Dwayne
pick?
Johnson?
Yeah.
He just talked
Yeah.
about him, about how I said I already told the guy that played in Luke Cage, I don't know his name.
Yeah. I
That's
can't
that's
think of
exactly
his
who
name.
Tony and I are talking about right now. We're talking about the
He
third
was-
guy.
He was also in Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, and he can be dark and twisted. Like he can play Bill Duke's role. He can be Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Could you imagine that guy? Like I said, like fucking laying down underneath a log, and he's like shaving dry, no water, no thing, with a fucking Bic razor, and he's like snaps his razor while he's like cutting into his face. Like this guy could do that. If there's ever a guy that could do this, he could do that. I think this movie would do well, and I think I picked pretty good casting for the three top roles. It would be really hard to like cast Billy. Like, who are you going to put in Billy's role? That's a difficult role to fill. Like I would really have to put some more thought into that. But like for those three guys make the movie right there. They have good chemistry. They have good energy. They can be action. They can do all that kind of stuff. And I think they would be convincing. They're good enough actors to convince you of their roles. And I think if Predator took a step back and actually took it back to their roots, like how Predator was, or like how Predator 2, because Predator 2 is a good fucking movie too, in Los Angeles, with Danny Glover and Bill Paxton. That was a good fucking movie. And I hate it when people say that it wasn't. No, it was a good movie. Maybe Danny Glover could have been better because he's so goddamn stiff, and every time you see Danny Glover, you think of Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
I still thought it was a good movie. And a lot of people missed out that Bill Paxton's in that movie too. Yes, Bill Paxton did not only an Alien movie, he did a Predator movie as well. So that guy was like the spaceship actor of those days. But those were my picks. So far, I have a third one here for you, and it's a classic movie,
Okay.
and this is called A Clockwork Orange. I would love to see a reboot of this movie. And there's only one role to cast, and that's Evan Peters from American Horror Story. He can play Alex. I think he'll play it to a T, and I think this would be a great fucking movie. They remade Pet Sematary. Why can't they remake this?
I don't see them doing it, but I'm not familiar with that kid, Evan, whatever his name is, because I don't watch American Horror Shit Show.
He's your favorite Quicksilver.
No, he's not my favorite in anything. If he's Quicksilver, then I don't like him.
You didn't like the X-Men when he like runs in the house when it's burning and he's getting everybody?
Dude, that Quicksilver, man, he blows.
I thought you told me you liked him.
No, I don't like him like that. I mean, he was okay. I mean, I don't know, man. I just wasn't too fond of him.
Well, he didn't even have that big of a role. He was in the movie for like 5 minutes. Anyhow,
that's the thing. Like, why not? But
you need to get off your fucking high horse and watch some American Horror Story, because that show is actually pretty goddamn good. The first season was great. The second season was good. The third season was. The fourth season with the clowns was enjoyable.
I will
The
never
fifth one,
watch that.
Hotel was great.
Okay, I heard of
And
Hotel.
the one that they did right now with the Donald Trump and it's like a cult one. I think it's called Cult. That was good. I heard Apocalypse is awesome. I could have done with the one without the witches. The witches was kind of gay, but that's actually a really good show, and it's a show that you can watch any season when you want to. Any season, it doesn't need to. It doesn't go in order. It's its own story. Each season is its own story. They have the same actors come on and reprise different roles and things like that. So it's basically what gave birth to Sarah Paulson. That's why you see Sarah Paulson and everything now. It's because of this show. This is a good show. It's on its 8th season in FX. The only other show that went that many seasons was Rescue Me. The Shield lasted 4 seasons. Sons lasted 6.
Well,
this is a good show.
Did you watch the entire Sons of Anarchy?
Of course I did.
Dude, there was no way they could keep going with the way the story was. There's no way.
Of course not, dude. But still, I'm just saying.
I get you.
Listen, if it's getting the ratings, they're gonna figure out what they're gonna put on there. They're gonna do something. It's to make money. But I think this kid would really take this role really good, and I think it would bring back a classic. And this whole movie is just one giant head fuck. It's just one giant. Have you seen this movie, A Clockwork Orange?
Of course.
Okay, I'm just asking.
I wanted to reboot this movie. This is
really?
Yeah.
Well, who did you pick?
Oh, Mark, go right ahead. I don't know if you got it. If not, I'll tell him.
I'm excited to see who you picked.
One person I feel that can be sadistic and one sick fucking bastard.
Is that Johnny Depp?
Indeed it is.
Not that I don't think he could.
Oh, he can.
Because Johnny Depp is probably my second favorite actor. We said earlier our favorite actor was Tom Hanks. Johnny Depp's probably my second. He is a great actor.
I think Johnny Depp.
He's too old.
Don't matter, man. He could fucking rock it and cock it, bro. That motherfucker is badass, bro. He's drinking from the fountain of youth.
The whole movie is based on rehabilitating a young mind.
It's all right, bro. He can play somebody with a young mind. He can do anything. He can do anything. Johnny Depp was fucking Willy Wonka, Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, but that Willy Wonka was trash.
Whitey Bulger. It was.
That Willy Wonka was trash.
But it was odd. I wouldn't say it was his greatest. But
you're not even naming the greatest role that he's done, Jack Sparrow.
I did. I said Jack Sparrow.
Oh, my bad.
Whitey Bulger.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Mark. What were you saying?
Yeah, he's fucked up.
He's also the Mad Hatter.
He was the Mad Hatter, and one of my favorite.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
No, Leonardo DiCaprio did a great job in that movie because
Johnny Depp did it.
Yeah, he did, but problem with Leonardo DiCaprio, never go full retard. He went full retard. Went home empty-handed. Tom Hanks did Forrest Gump, didn't go full retard, got an Oscar. So I'm just saying,
All right, Tropic Thunder. All right.
It's true. Robert De Niro Robert brought up good points. But listen, in all seriousness though, Johnny Depp has done, so many, his depth is just range. Probably one of my favorite Johnny Depp movies. A lot of people would say Edward Scissorhands, but I liked Sweeney Todd. I don't know why.
I love Sweeney Todd.
That's a great movie. He was so freaking good in that movie, Even in his role in Fantastic Beasts, I thought he did pretty good, man. I'm like, yo, look at this dude. You literally believe that he is fucking British, like with this British accent he has. So good. And the dude's from Miramar, Florida. So it's like, he's a great actor. I just feel like, yeah, he really is. He can honestly, I can see him play this role and being a sick
You know what
doctor.
movie? You know what movie I really liked, and a lot of people didn't like it? Secret
What's
Window.
that? I liked it. I liked it a lot. That was
I
actually one of my
I
favorite
thought
movies because
I thought Secret Window was cool, and I
the
thought
twist.
John Turturro was gonna get something good out of it, but
Yeah,
it kind of shit the box office.
it did because people didn't understand like the whole idea of the movie. This dude lost his fucking mind, and he ended up becoming schizophrenic and killed his wife. And
He also did
her,
Billy and June. That's a good movie.
yeah, I
Benny
like
and
the new
June.
Billy
Benny
June.
and June.
Yeah, Benny and June. Um,
A lot of
you
good
know,
movies. Johnny Depp's amazing.
yeah, he's done so many good movies that you, so that's why
So
I
yeah,
he was the first
my
person.
my argument is not the caliber of the actor. It's just I feel like he's past the age.
He's old. You know what
Yeah,
though?
he's
I
too
tell
old.
you, another movie that I was about to say reboot was Batman Forever, and reboot the whole thing, change the whole story of it, but put Johnny Depp as the Riddler because I believe Johnny Depp could be a fucking awesome Riddler, not the Joker. Even though he was considering going for that role, I just feel like he'll be better off as the Riddler. And he'll be a good Riddler, but I don't see that happening.
You know what's really funny is that I have thought of who to reboot Joker as, and Johnny Depp never came to mind for some reason.
No, I just don't see him in it. I mean, I thought about it, but I was like, no, I can't.
I
Not
really
saying
like.
that he can't, but
I
I
really
don't
want to
think.
see Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
I'm curious
I
because I believe
I
he's a good
I
actor.
think he has what it takes. So,
Yeah, I think
what was your number 2 pick, sir? Show me this travesty.
fan. Yeah. Which one are you gonna? Well, I guess I'll tell
Just
you.
pick one.
Fantastic Four, the last one just in general.
Okay.
So Anne Hathaway, I would like to be Sue Storm because I think Anne Hathaway is actually a really good actress with a shit ton of depth. I'm telling you that she's phenomenal. She really does have a lot of depth. Of course, The Thing because he's so big and bulky. Why not make him the Rock? And I'd like to see Mr. Fantastic be John Krasinski. I know what a lot of people are probably going to say, but I like John Krasinski because he can be funny and he can also be smart at the same time. And I can see him being that role and having that love interest with Anne Hathaway. And then Johnny Storm, I want him to be Joe Keery. Joe Keery is from the show Stranger Things. And the reason why I like him is because I can see him being that smart alecky, good looking, getting all the girls, kind of like playboy, but at the same time, he can be a badass because he showed that. Do you watch Stranger Things?
Of course. Don't even question that.
Steve, I love Steve. Listen, I love Steve. Steve's a badass, even though he gets his ass kicked a lot. He still is a badass. One of my favorite scenes is he gets his ass kicked and Dustin's like, "Hey, buddy, you fought your best, but you got your ass kicked." He's fucking in the back seat bleeding. He's like, "Who's driving?" That was great. That was a great scene.
That
But
was a good scene.
but I like Anne Hathaway. I feel like Anne Hathaway is an amazing actress. She doesn't get enough. I don't think she gets a lot of credit. Maybe I don't know. I just don't. And then at the same time, when you do movies with the fat girl from Pitch Perfect, I'm just like, oh my god, what are you doing? She's doing a movie. It's upcoming. I'm like, and by the way, that movie that she's coming out with is a total ripoff of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. They flipped it around and made it a girl version.
It's
So
not a
whoever
ripoff. It's a reboot.
who
It
the
is. All you haven't noticed all of the
yeah,
classic movies are being rebooted with women.
yeah, Wonder Woman.
Ghostbusters, Ocean's 8. Now this one.
Well, Ocean's 8, they kind of didn't make it a reboot. It was almost like another one because
Like a
she was,
continuation because she's the sister.
yeah. And
Yeah.
also they had some of the characters from the other movies in it as well. I didn't think it was that bad, but I
I
feel
haven't
like
seen it yet. I
I
want
feel
to
like
though.
this. I feel like if they rebooted it, maybe with these people, I think the movie will be good because I think I could see The Rock being the Thing,
It,
already
it,
being
it
a
must
big
be
movie.
it must be my pessimism. I have no problem with any actor you picked for this reboot. I think you picked pretty good actors, and I think they can do those roles. I've just given up on the Fantastic Four franchise.
I
They
mean,
just
I
keep
want the.
fucking it up.
There's
I want it to be good, but like it just
so much
never is.
potential. There is so much potential with that specific franchise, but
Who would you
Disney,
pick to be Victor Von Doom?
ooh, that's a good one.
See, that's the problem. Like in the first one, the guy that they picked
Mm,
to play Victor Van Doom, they did a good job. Like that was a pretty
yeah, I
good
thought
pick.
he was cool. I thought he
But
was
Michael
good. Yeah.
Chiklis as the Thing was terrible.
You know
He
who
was
I would pick
terrible.
as Victor Von Doom to be evil and be a sadistic bastard, but I
Johnny
don't
Depp.
think people. No, man. But well, Victor Von Doom doesn't have to be a young guy. That's the thing that they did in this reboot. They made him like a young guy.
They made
I,
them
f-
all young. They're
I
all
feel
pretty
like
young.
Victor Von Doom could be Daniel Day-Lewis.
Ooh, I like that.
I think
I
he
like
can.
that.
I think
I like that a lot.
he would probably fucking make you quiver because Daniel Day-Lewis is the kind of guy that when he does a movie where he plays like a bad guy or an evil character, he kind of makes you like, whoa, man, this guy's fucked up. Like in Gangs of New York, he was like, damn, he was fucked up.
Or There Will Be Blood.
There will be blood. He fuck out. That was the movie that really made me see him for. I mean, Last of the Mohicans was like one of the classics that he did, but when I see him in that movie, I was like, what the fuck? This movie's messed up. This
The
movie's
Last of the
messed up.
Mohicans was a terrible movie, and I'm sorry because listen, I feel like I'm the only person who feels this way because the movie, I mean, won awards. It's has a huge following. A lot of people like that. My ex-wife actually, when we first got together, was telling me, it's like, you gotta watch this movie. This is like the greatest movie ever, but we didn't own it. So like 4 years into the relationship, we finally found it in the $5 bin at Walmart, and we went to watch it. And like an hour into the movie, it plays that song, the Last of the Mohican song. I looked at her
Yeah,
like an hour into the movie. I said, that's the ninth time they've played this song through this movie. Like that's all I could see the entire movie. Like I literally turned it off. I turned it off. I was like, I can't watch this. There's too much of that fucking theme song. I think the next following like week to 2 weeks, it's all I heard in my head. I'd be working and like, I was like, no, no. And I put it in my head. I didn't even finish it, dude. I didn't even finish watching it. It was too bad for me. Like I think I missed it in its prime because they don't make movies like that anymore where the music lasts so long or the theme song keeps coming back and keeps coming back. Now movies have more songs that are like things that you would listen to or things that are about to come out from artists you would listen to or trendy stuff or whatever. And that was just too focused on the genre for me. It was just way too focused. So I'm sorry to say, like I know I'm committing blasphemy here,
no,
but I
I
didn't
mean, I
like it,
could
man.
understand some people because Last of the Mohicans doesn't really hold up to today, but it is. I really do enjoy it because when I was a kid, I remember watching it all the time.
Oh, so you had the
Um,
nostalgia of it, yeah.
yeah, I liked it because I like movies like that, Dances with Wolves, Last of the
That's a good movie.
Mohicans, things like that. So, but
White
yeah, man,
Fang.
these are the people that White Fang. These are the people that I picked. Like honestly, Anne Hathaway, man, she's so fucking awesome.
She's a good actress, yeah.
Like I
She's
swear
no
to God,
she's
I'm
no
gonna
Sandra Bullock, but not anybody is. I love Sandra
where
Bullock.
where
I
I
I
I
love I love Melissa McCarthy too.
I I
Melissa
like
McCarthy, I love
I
her. I
like
see anything with her in it.
Listen, don't get me wrong. Sandra Bullock is actually a very good actress. Um, but know, man.
Miss
I mean-
Congeniality.
Well, I thought that
Don't
movie
tell me you
was.
didn't think she was hot. She looked hot in it.
Well, okay. Well, if you're gonna tell me that, yes. I just.
That
but
movie
I
was
didn't-
good. I don't know why you didn't like the movie.
I don't know, man. I tried to. I just didn't laugh. I didn't think it was good.
I thought it was
liked her a lot.
hilarious.
I liked her a lot in Speed. I did not like her in Speed 2. What the hell?
What
was
about
she
Gravity?
thinking?
What
Fucking
about The
movie.
Blind Side?
Okay, that movie was awesome. That was a good movie. Good for her in that movie.
What about Ocean's 8?
Actually. No, I in that movie I watched it and I thought it was funny. I thought it was good, but again, who killed it? Anne Hathaway.
Anne
killed
Hathaway.
it. She made him. She fucking killed him. Go ahead. Oh, you know what? That's not that. I forgot about that movie. She played like
The Net.
what was she, like a hacker, or she? Yeah, she was like a
The Net was a great fucking movie.
Yeah, I remember that movie. It was very suspenseful.
Beyond its time.
And also A Time to Kill with Matthew McConaughey and Samuel L. Jackson.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
Is that who's in it? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock's in it.
She does good, man. I mean, she doesn't do bad. Probably, of course, one of my favorite movies with her is definitely Demolition Man and Speed.
That's a classic. Yeah, those are classics.
Demolition Man, she was just great. But yeah, man.
So I'm anxious to hear what's your third reboot.
Oh, you're gonna laugh. You're probably gonna laugh. All right, it's Blade.
Why? Well, they are gonna remake it, but they're
Michael
already
B.
in talks.
Damn, that's
Michael B.
badass.
Jordan? Really?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw, first of all, the dude got himself jacked up. Second of all,
to be Creed.
he can but he's also pretty jacked up when he did
But he doesn't know how to fight.
Dude, did you see how he learned how to box? Who's to say he can't learn how to do fucking martial arts? The dude can learn. He's capable enough to learn martial arts and be a pretty badass.
I'm not arguing that at all. And
I just think he will put butts in the seats because he's Michael B. Jordan. Man. Let's just face it.
Yeah, but he can't be Blade.
I know
he's already in the Marvel universe.
Yeah,
he's
but Disney doesn't own this part of Marvel, and I don't.
Yes, they do now.
They don't fucking own Blade.
Yes, they do now.
Well, now they're gonna ruin it. If they're gonna reboot it, Disney's gonna fucking do the gayest shit on it, bro. No.
You want to hear something really funny? You know that Wesley Snipes wasn't the first choice for that?
I know. I read about. I don't know who's the first choice, but I remember
Lawrence Fishburne was one. Was actually the number 3 choice. Lawrence Fishburne was the 3rd choice. The first choice was Ice Cube.
Okay, I heard the rumor about that, but I didn't know if that was how accurate that was. But obviously, Ice Cube cannot be a martial artist.
No,
at all.
He'd be all gangster and shit. Fuck you niggas, Blade in this bitch.
but definitely reboot it. Don't do a fucking part 3 with Triple H and Ryan Reynolds and ruin everything. Part 2 was okay. It was pretty decent, but obviously the best one was the first one. And if you reboot it and you put
you want to know who's in talks right now about being Blade?
Michael Jai White?
No. Oh, Wesley Snipes is in talks. He's trying to convince them to let him. But they actually have their sights on Finn.
Okay.
I don't want to see Finn as
a
Blade.
a British Blade, because he's British. British Blade. No.
Boyega. I don't remember his first name, but
John Boyega.
John Boyega. They're trying to get him to do it. What's up, Felix? It's nice to see you come out, brother. I would like to see Blade brought back also. I just don't really
Oh.
see Michael B. Jordan as Blade. Honestly, like if you were gonna take somebody from the Marvel universe and put him in as Blade, I would have picked Chadwick Boseman.
Fuck no, man. No, because now you're talking about Black Panther. You're making Black Panther Blade. Now that's just a big conflict. You
I'm
can't
not
do that.
making him. I know that, but you picked Killmonger. He's dead.
Yeah, exactly. So he can be Blade. His character's gone.
Get the fuck out of here.
Character's gone. As a matter of fact,
Michael J. White. He ruined Spawn.
T'Challa went on a, or what do you, yeah,
T'Challa?
T'Challa
Yeah.
gave Killmonger a professional courtesy, like John Wick left the knife right there. He knows once you pull it out, you're gonna bleed out, bro. Just like he did Common in the fucking train. He said, the knife is in a main artery. Once you pull it out, you're gonna bleed out. Consider this a professional courtesy. So
Who
at
said
the end
that?
of the day, John Wick, he said that to Common, because Common was the other assassin in John Wick too, when they had
Okay.
that awesome fight scene in the train.
I didn't watch
But
part 2. I probably should. I
what the
liked part
fuck?
1. I don't know
What
why I
the
haven't seen
fuck?
part 2. My bad.
I'll be honest with you, part 2 is better than part 1.
You just blew my mind.
What, Mark? Mark, no way, dude. Mark.
What did Mark say?
Well, because he
Somebody
wasn't
killed his
angry.
dog, bro.
Well, Mark, I don't want to give it away, but listen, Mark, there was a reason why he wasn't too angry in this movie. He wasn't too angry. He was just a little bit like, you can tell he was just almost frustrated. It was like he was frustrated because he's like, fuck, man, I just want to retire, have a dog, and my fucking car that my wife left me. But he just keeps getting dragged into this world that he tries to leave. But I could see why you like it. Okay. But Mark, you see what's gonna happen now in part 3. I just wait. Um I can't wait to see how that's gonna go. But yeah, man, Michael B. Jordan, I think, aside from him, you know, him being Killmonger and all that stuff and being Adonis Creed, the guy has the capability to learn martial arts, to be a badass, because he can be. And yeah, man, I think I wonder who should be Whistler.
Whistler.
Yeah.
Should be Ron
Yeah.
Perlman.
Holy shit, there you go. But he was in Blade 2.
So it's a reboot. He can be in the next one.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. He can be, because Whistler has that like the sarcastic, dry sense of humor, and Ron Perlman does that very well.
Yeah, he does.
Oh shit! Whoopsie daisy!
That was good. That was good, Tony. That was good. I like it. I like it. I'm sorry for this malfunction, people. I'm sorry. All right. Well, those were 3 pretty good reboots, I think. That was okay.
Yeah, man.
I mean, Michael B. Jordan can suck ass, but I'm just kidding.
Well, listen, I was thinking, I was gonna say Suicide Squad, reboot the whole movie.
That's what I thought. You said to me earlier that you were gonna pick that.
I was gonna do that, but then I was like, okay, I'm gonna Suicide Squad, completely get rid of the entire cast, for the exception of Margot Robbie, because you gotta have that piece of ace in your movie. And
you don't think anybody else can play Harley Quinn?
Other than Margot Robbie, who could play Harley Quinn that's fucked up in the head?
I think the lady that plays Cersei on Game of Thrones can be Harley Quinn pretty good.
Yeah, she could be a bitch, but she's not like a perky bitch. I can't see her be a perky bitch, because Harley Quinn is perky. Harley Quinn is like, "Hi, Mr. J," like that. Like, I can't see Cersei. Cersei's more like, I can't. I can't see her be Harley Quinn.
What about the Mother of Dragons?
Son of a bitch. She's magnificent. She can be anything she wants. The Mother of Dragons is amazing. Of Harley Quinn? Oh, okay, okay,
Who
yeah.
can be Harley?
Well, oh god.
No, don't pick Mila Kunis.
From Harry Potter?
There's only one.
Oh,
No.
Hermione can't be Harley Quinn.
No, number one, she did a movie with James Franco and Seth Rogen called "This Is the End"
Yeah, that
or
was
whatever.
funny.
She
was-
walked off set. She said that she would never work with them again because she was disgusted as a human being. She walked off the set. She could have. She was supposed to do more in the movie than she did, but she
But
left
what?
because she was just so disgusted by the darkness and the behavior of the actors. Because a lot of that was improv and things like that. She could never be a Harley Quinn. She could never be
No.
dark and twisted.
I didn't even think she could be a beauty, and beauty fuck her. But she can be a wizard all day though.
All
So
day.
who's the next one, man?
Who?
Wait, Rachel who?
I can see
Rachel
that.
McAdams. Okay, yeah, because she was.
Yeah,
Wait,
I can see that.
which Rob Zombie movie was she in?
The Devil's Rejects.
Rachel McAdams,
I think it was a small role.
the chick from The Notebook. Yeah, she was.
Yeah, we know who she is. Yeah,
But you know,
she was also in Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, I could see her play a crazy.
I could see her do that.
Yeah.
It's possible. You're cutting out, bro. I can't hear you. Saldana.
Oh, Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel is comic. She's
No.
funny and she's like that really sweet girl, but I can't see her.
She can be Harley Quinn if Jerry Bruckheimer is the producer.
Yeah, she could probably be Harley Quinn if she was gonna do a segment on the Disney Channel.
Yeah, she's no way. She can't be a good Harley Quinn.
She's
way.
too much of a nice girl.
I don't see it.
Who's that?
Who? I don't know who that is.
Okay, yeah. Jesus Christ, what movie did she do? I'm trying to remember. I wonder if she did the movie The Innkeeper.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Cad Dennings. Okay, no.
Who was she in Thor?
She was in Thor. She was Natalie Portman's little fucking secretary. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Thor 2.
Yeah, and she was also in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah. Was she?
Yeah, she was the daughter of the girl.
Yeah, you're right. Of the girl that he's into, the lady that he's into.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah. I can see her doing it. She's a little thick.
Doesn't look that bad. Yeah, she does gotta lose some weight though, and her boobs are way too big.
Even if she did lose weight, she would still be thick. Like she's just broad. She's like a
Yeah,
broad. She's a broad
yeah,
sized woman.
yeah. That girl.
Um,
Yeah.
but not saying that a broad sized woman couldn't play Harley Quinn. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it doesn't coincide with the Harley Quinns that we have already seen.
Okay,
But
I'll say it. There's
her
no way in
personality.
hell a broadside girl could play Harley Quinn with those
Why
itty
not?
in a tidy shirt.
Why
No,
not?
because Harley
Thick
Quinn has
girls
to
can
be
wear that
petite.
kind of stuff.
No, because Harley Quinn is not thick. She's
You're such
petite.
a fascist. You're a fascist.
No, she's petite. She has to be petite. I'm not saying she has to be hot. She just
I
has to
hope
be.
your I hope your wife's
She's
watching.
supposed Yeah, she doesn't have to be petite, man. Shit, you can be like she can be Poison Ivy. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that could be true. Maybe she could be a butch Harley Quinn.
Put Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
The first Joker was gay? The one from
I don't know what's going on. I guess you lost some power or something. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's back on now, but it keeps on what's the word? Buffering.
Yeah. So what did you say they were gonna do for Quinn in the new movie?
No, what you were saying about Joker being gay?
Yeah, that too. Are you talking about Jack Nicholson?
No, I think he's talking about the comic books.
Oh, in the comic books. Oh.
That he
Well,
wasn't originally with Harley Quinn. I guess they were just partners.
Bill, you are my number one guy. Yeah, because that's what it is for the Joker. It's the relationship with him and Batman. It's not even the fact that it's a cat and mouse game. That's fucking interesting. I didn't know that about the Joker.
What kind of a world do we live in where a man dressed as a bat gets my press? This town needs an enema.
Wow.
No. I don't think it would matter if the Joker was gay today.
No.
He'd still be cool as fuck. He probably doesn't even think about that kind of shit. Just fucks whatever he wants.
Oh yeah. Dude, speaking of Joker, I again remember I showed you I rewatched Harley Quinn and I just cringed in that whole club scene when Common walks in and he's like, "Hey, Joker. Oh no, man, I'm gonna take your woman." And he's like, "Oh." And he calls Harley Quinn over and he's like, "I want you to take this hunka." I'm like, oh, Jared Leto, you fucking
You
piece of
son of a
shit.
bitch.
You son of a bitch. You Dallas Buyers Club. Shit. He should have improvised. Dude, you know what? He should have. But I think then if he did, then if that's the case, then he just did the role to just have that under his belt. Hey, I did a major role because the Joker is a major. That is one of the biggest roles. But that's man the okay. So you're telling me. So do you think Ledger? I'm sure didn't he didn't obviously he didn't write his part for the Joker, but Heath Ledger definitely improvised in quite a few scenes in that movie in Christopher Nolan's
But this
Batman.
but this is the thing though. Heath Ledger didn't decide to be the Anarchy Joker. It's not
No,
his
I think
decision.
it just came to him. I think.
That's what Christopher Nolan wanted. Christopher
Yeah, because
Nolan kind of
really,
painted a picture as to the Joker that he wants. This is what I want you to do, and then Heath Ledger dove and executed what he wanted. You know what I mean? Now, like you got to give like Christopher Nolan doesn't get credit for that Joker. Anybody goes down as Joker of the Year or Joker for the best, for me, the vote's for Heath Ledger. That was the best Joker ever. That performance made me love the Joker. I loved it. I was so sad when he died. I don't tell many people this, but I'll tell the Hawks and you guys. I cried when he died. I cried. I was so sad that he died because like he made a lot of movies. He made a lot of moves with me growing up that I enjoyed, that I loved watching, like A Knight's Tale. That's like such an inspiring movie. You mentioned this movie the other week. I love 10 Things I Hate About You. I wanted to be him in that movie. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like he did
yeah.
a lot of great movies. He did a lot of movies that were inspiring and just cool. And I really I think that was the best Joker. I don't think we'll ever get a better Joker than that.
No, no, I
Like
don't see it.
I feel bad for Jared Leto because he stepped into this role after Heath Ledger. We might have felt differently if we didn't see Heath Ledger's Joker. Now
Oh, that chit
the
chat's
problem
gonna get you.
the problem with Suicide Squad is kind of like they're just written by the DC writers. That's their problem
Oh,
because the DC
yeah.
writers suck. The DC writers don't make good movies. I still liked Suicide Squad. I thought it was an okay movie, but I didn't think it was an okay movie because the Joker was in it, and that's really sad because the Joker is the best character
Yeah, he
out of
really
all
is.
those villains. The Joker and Harley Quinn. That's your story. That's that's it. Like you don't need anybody else. You don't need anybody else.
Now the movie, they ruined it, so it's okay, you
Yeah.
know.
But
But
those were our reboots. Those were our reboots. You guys have any thoughts on what we can do next week? Please message
mm,
us. Talk to us. Let us know what you want to hear about. If not, me and Tony will concoct something that'll be enjoyable.
yes, that's right. I'm gonna think of what? Well, I'm trying to think like what would be you already did top. Well, we didn't do our favorite movies of all time, but we did our top worst, our
Our 5 best shows.
five best shows. Well, we
What do
never
you
did
think,
like
Mark?
our
What do you want to bring to the table next week?
yeah. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. I think one of my I'll tell you right now. What is you'll probably a lot of people will be shocked, but I will tell you right now. One of my all time, like my favorite movie of all time. Like it's on TV, and I swear to God, I'm gonna watch it because I love it that much. I love the music. I love the score. All that stuff. Okay, save it for another time. Oh shit!
I thought the first week we did it. Oh, TV movie?
Interesting. I will do that. But Back to the Future, number one of all time. All
If you're
three of
gonna
them.
have one, that's a good one to have.
All three of them. I take all three of them. Even the cowboy one. I don't care what people say. I still like it. I know a lot of people didn't like it. People didn't think it was good, but I thought it was awesome, and I thought it was even better at the end when he fucking turned the train into a time machine. That's so badass. So it's like
Michael
one of
J.
those movies.
Fox and Christopher Lloyd at their best. I loved in 10,000 Things That Can Kill You in the West or whatever, 10,000
Oh,
Ways to Die in the West, that they
That's a
gave a
great movie.
cameo to Doc Brown. That was great. I
That was
thought that
awesome.
was great. Because, you know, the
But
Jews love Back to the Future. And yes, I said it. The Jews love Back to the Future. And
of course.
they gave it a cameo. That was awesome.
You know, if that was a movie they should have done, that was a movie could have gone and done a part four, but obviously now it'd be difficult with Michael J. Fox and his illness. It's very difficult for him to do much. So it sucks, you know, that they can't go back and revisit Back to the Future like they're doing for Bill and Ted, you know, where Bill and Ted are gonna, and it's pretty cool. When I read the concept of the movie, it's pretty much Bill and Ted are, you know, their fathers, and they want to fulfill their destiny and be, you know, great musicians. So they're trying to make good music and stuff. So that's going to be interesting to see Bill and Ted without George Carlin, you know, Rufus. So we'll see how that goes. But I felt like Back to the Future should have gotten a part four because of the fact that the way that the third one ended is just like, oh man, you kind of want to have, you know, a fourth part. And exactly, and I also want to see that train in action, but you know, I don't see them. I don't see them going back and doing those movies.
Back to the
But
Future.
I do recommend Bumblebee. So far, like I said, you know, it's if you enjoyed because one of the feelings that I get when I watch when they have the Transformers, one of the feelings that I get from this movie is that same feeling I had when I would watch the cartoons because of the way that they made the robots. Like Optimus Prime, like I told you, he looks retro as hell. I was like, yo, he looks dope like that rather than, you know, how they have him now, really all, you know, all, you know, fucking looking nice and shit. Like they didn't have to do all that.
Right.
We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna finish it.
Alrighty, guys. Yep.
Oh, we're still alive.
That was. I want to. I want to say this to any hawk that can comment on next week's episode what Tony Blu-ray's favorite all-time movie is. We'll get an over-the-top T-shirt from me. So anybody who can name Tony Blu-ray's favorite all-time movie next episode and comment on it for us, I will make sure you get a free T-shirt.
And the TV movies, by the way, so just so I can understand the rules here, but you're saying best all time TV movie. It doesn't have to be recent. It can be like something from say the 90s.
Like the Star Wars TV movie?
You know, listen,
The
listen, man.
Ewok movie?
We all know terrible, but they were entertaining. Whoa,
Mark wants you to name a
Hallmark.
Hallmark movie.
Yeah, like wait, what was that movie? What was that movie that DJ Tanner did where she played where Fred Savage played her boyfriend that was an alcoholic and used to beat her up? Dude, I swear to God. Fred Savage was like an alcoholic, and DJ Tanner was in the movie. And she was getting beat up by Fred Savage.
Well, we're gonna have to figure out the name of this movie. Tune in next
Yes.
week. We'll have
All right,
our
man.
all-time favorite TV movies. Thank you guys so much. Y'all have a good night or
All right.
good day if you're watching it tomorrow.
Good day.